Hi guys, and welcome to the Tapmobile. I've just christened this the Tapmobile.
You have.
Like Batmobile, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are going off to another jumble sale. We're actually going back to the jumble sale that you may remember we were shouted at by an ignorant, arrogant man last time. So we'll see what happens. See if he's there again. See if we get shouted at for being resellers.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Anyway, we need to get cracking because it's a fair drive away from here. I'll try and get some footage in there this time. I completely forgot last time. So yeah, wish us luck and we'll catch you later. Bye. Hi guys, it's now Monday and we've been through all the stuff we picked up at the Jumble and we're going to do a bit of a haul. But before that, I did get some footage of the Jumble sale just to show you guys what it was like. After we'd been through and picked up all the stuff we wanted to buy, I went back in and filmed around inside the hall. So I'm going to put some of that footage in here in a second, and then when that's finished we'll show you our goodies.
94.
Oh, so you're back.
Yeah, having a last wander before I go. You got much left?
Oh, we're around to bargain time now, Guff.
Oh yeah.
We are.
It was bargain time before.
Yeah, definitely bargain time.
Start at Eagle Press.
Right, there you go. So that hopefully gave you a bit of an idea of what this jumble sale was like. So, right, how are we going to start? What do you want to do first?
What do you want to start with?
Shall I do these bits because they're easy to hand? Right. We also went to a couple of charity shops afterwards. So there'll be a couple of bits from the charity shops. For instance, these are really nice chrome Memorex cassettes. Slightly higher quality than your average. They were £1 a pack in a charity shop, so they weren't from the jumble sale. I got a load of media from the jumble. Ooh, this is all going to fall apart. Can you hold these for a sec? So a stack of media. The only really good thing was this. This is Lion Man Complete Series 1, 2 and 3. They're all sealed inside. Unfortunately the box set itself isn't sealed, but it's actually signed by the Lion Man. On Amazon the complete set new is about 50. I don't actually know if that's going to add value to it because it's been signed to Grace. Yeah. But anyway, I paid up for that. Well, jumble sale wise I paid up. That was £5. But then he chucked in a load of other stuff essentially and I paid £7 the lot. The only other thing of any note was this Glenn Campbell, which is about £7 CD. Quite a nice one. The other stuff's just sort of bog standard bits and bobs. So that was all the media. Huh? Media. And what have we got there?
So we picked up some retro games as well on the toy store. We've got Slam.
Waddington's Slam, which is basically Mousy Mousy, but the Waddington's version.
Yeah.
And from the same sort of era and series, we've got this Waddington's Jack Straws. I sold this recently. Do you remember what it went for?
I can't remember, but it was in slightly better condition than
yeah,
that,
I think it was a tenner including the shipping, so maybe £7 and £3 shipping.
Like 1966.
Yeah, they're early 60s ones. This doesn't seem to have any real value. I'll probably pair these together.
Yeah.
And this one as well is a very early Parker game, but doesn't seem to have much value, although there is an FBA listing and the cheapest on there is like £18 or something.
Wow.
But it had a massive rank, so I don't know. may just bundle these three together as like a little vintage game bundle.
Yeah. And
Snorter, it's like a little animal sorting game, and they're pretty cool actually. It's got loads of little animal figures in it. I've never seen this before. Doesn't seem to sell for much. You're looking tenner top end. Again, there is a listing on Amazon. I may just send it to FBA and wait. So that was Snorter, and these were like next to nothing, weren't they?
Yeah, I picked up a whole bundle of games, and it was £2 for the lot, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they were costing us pennies.
Yeah.
Games wise, what did the other
I
ones
put
go?
them there.
Oh yeah. And we
Yeah,
also
that was with it, wasn't it?
yeah, part of that bundle, well, stuff everywhere, was Rummy Cub, but this is the word one, so it's not your regular Rummy Cub. I looked at this, they're not great, £10 to £12, you'll get back on that. But yeah, they were costing us pennies. And the other thing, when we got there, we decided that you were going to do the toys, and I was going to go off and do the media and stuff. As you come in on the left, there was the toy stall, and the only thing that I saw out the corner of my eye was the edge of that box under a big stack. So I quickly said to Andrea, grab that, and then I kind of regretted it as I walked off, because this is such a pain to sort. It's not in the best of condition, but it's okay.
And because I was then looking at all the board games, I turned around and there was another lady that I think she's a reseller as well, and she just hoovered up all of the vintage Barbie and all of the vintage dolls that were on the table, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But
These,
you are, you win some, you lose some.
These are okay. They're, depending on condition, it's about sort of £10 to £12 on eBay. Amazon, it's better, but I don't know if this is complete yet. But I do have a load of spares, so I should be able to make a complete one up. But there's so many parts and pieces in these. I had told myself not to bother with these anymore, and then broke my own rule. So that's that.
Yeah.
And that's the end of board games, I think.
There's that.
I picked this up. It's Avery pack of 100 sheets of labels. It was only £1. I was thinking I'd use it for myself, but because it's Avery, they tend to sell really well. This pack goes for about a tenner on eBay, up to 15 on Amazon, and that's so much more than the labels I buy. So I might just sell it on as a pack of labels. That was those. Right, what have you got?
I don't know where to start, really.
Just grab something.
Just as we were leaving, I noticed that in a box just on the toy stall. It was just in a random box of bits of track that we couldn't work out what it was for. This is a Keith Haring yo-yo. If you don't know who he was a pop artist in the 80s, and he died in the early 90s. This is 1992, and it was 20p, so I picked it up, and a couple have gone in America for over £100. So
£100 or dollars?
dollars, sorry. Yeah, so
Wow.
nothing is sold in this country, but it's worth giving it a go.
I would have left this. I've never.
Yeah.
I have seen that sort of artwork around though.
Yeah, the very special Christmas CDs have got all his artwork on.
Yeah. So that's one to look out for. What's his name again?
Keith Haring.
Keith Haring. It does say on there. Can you read that? Keith Haring. So yeah, we have no idea. It needs a clean.
It does need a clean.
It's got some gunge on it, but it looks like that will just clean off with a baby wipe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could be one of the finds of the day, bizarrely.
20p.
20 pence. So well spotted on that one. I would have ignored that completely. What else did you grab?
This is something I bought in a charity shop. He was 50p. And here's Ed the Duck.
If you're our age, you'll know who he is. Yeah, okay. He was... Now, we were discussing this. It's not Philip Schofield, because he
Andy
had
Peters.
Gordon the Gopher, yeah.
Yeah.
Like BBC TV, they used to have like presenters who kind of lived in the broom cupboard, and then they had a
lived
pet.
in there,
Philip
yeah.
Schofield had Gordon the Gopher, and then Andy Peters had this guy, and he's a squeaky duck. But there's not a lot of value to them.
No, if he had his jumper on, he'd be worth a lot more. But
Doesn't
he
look
was
like
in,
he'd have
it's
a
in
jumper,
really
though.
lovely condition.
I think
You know,
with
he
some
had
good...
a little knitted jumper that said Ed on it.
I've had one before, and I don't think I got a lot for him.
No.
Maybe a tenner.
But
But
it was fun.
this is really clean. Looks like new. So with a few good keywords, I reckon I'm going to push high on it because it's in really good condition. Try for 15. Take 10 if I need to. But he was what, 50p anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool thing. What else you got?
I got some Action Man curtains. They're not vintage. They're quite modern ones. And I couldn't. There's that pattern.
They're huge as well.
They are. They're really long. I've got 2 sets, £1 each. Didn't think I could go wrong with Action Man really. So I'm going to push for £10 a pair, I think.
Doesn't sound a lot. I'll go more.
Do you think? The
Yeah.
vintage ones were going for lots, but I didn't see any modern ones listed. So
Because they're so long, I reckon you could maybe ask a bit more. They
Maybe.
might be unusual.
possibly.
So yeah, Action Man. I got some shoes. There was a lady there, an obvious reseller. We saw her at the Hitchin boot sale. She went straight to the shoes and she just hoovered up all the ladies' shoes and boots. When I got there, she had like a big sort of IKEA bag full. So there was slim pickings really, but I managed to get all the shoes for 50p a pair. A pair of grey Vans. They'll need to go through the wash. And a pair of nice red Vans. Again, a bit grubby, but they go through the washing machine okay, don't they? And some Adidas F50 kids football boots in rather nice condition. So that was it as far as shoes goes. And then you got a few bits of
Yeah, I
clothing.
got some clothing. I got Laura Ashley's skirt. It's quite a long one. It's not vintage, unfortunately.
So does the
but
old stuff go for lots
oh
more?
yeah,
then?
loads more. But I'm going to try for about £20 on that.
But when you say vintage, what, 80s?
Yeah, you can tell the label looks different. It's got the old sort of green, leafy type looking label for 80s stuff.
I'm clueless with this stuff, by the way. I'm learning as much as you are here because I have no idea.
So this bundle of clothes here we got for £5. And then as a Zara, men's Zara shirt, which I was looking at about $11.99 on. Not heard of this brand before, but I thought it was worth picking up because it's extra large, and extra large items seem to sell quite well.
Yep.
It's Melka, so I'm going to try about $12.99 on that one.
Basically, the clothes were all 50p each, weren't they? And then we got a couple of freebies chucked in.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah, it was £5 a lot.
Yeah.
This is a brand new tagged pair of trousers. Don't know what brand they were, but they were £18 new. So
It just says, it's got the tag there, authentic. Yeah.
yeah,
BHS.
Oh, BHS,
Oh, there you
yeah.
go. That's not too bad then.
Yeah,
BHS are no
so
more.
They're not.
Yeah.
So £10 to £15 on those. I'm going to try for 15 top end.
They're big as well.
Yeah, exactly. That does help.
Big cells.
The next jacket, it's not suede, but it feels like suede. That's quite
Oh,
nice.
it does feel nice actually.
I was thinking about £15 on that.
I'd go more. That feels really luxurious actually, like it's
It does.
expensive.
It's nice. A men's wool coat, which I have discovered has got a bit of a tear in the lining inside, unfortunately. But it's still a really nice wool coat. This is BHS as well. I'm going to try 10 to 15 on that as well. And monsoon jacket. And I'm going to try about $19.99, something like that, for that one.
Okay.
Whizzing through these.
Two left.
Marks and Spencer's coat. It's a nice MAC. Yeah, it feels sort of silky, but it's not silk. And it's about £30 on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you could have spent the £5 just on that coat and you'd have been happy.
Yeah. And the same with this. This is Anne Harvey, London, size 22. I'm going to try about £30 on that as well.
Yeah, that
Really
stood
nice.
out to me. That looked
Really nice rain Mac.
That looked really,
Yeah.
I don't know, saleable somehow.
Yeah, so I was quite pleased with that.
Yeah, well, if you get those returns, that's quite impressive.
Yeah.
What else did we get? A couple of soft toys. There's a Minion. I only bothered because he is brand new and tagged and he isn't marked at all. Great condition. Not a great lot of value in him, about £10. What did we pay on these? Do you remember?
I don't know.
I think it was 20p each.
Probably.
I think it was 20p. It was all a bit mad at the time. And this, because it just looked like it would be expensive new, sort of a boutique-y type thing. Label there. The brand is Anne Claire Petite. I've just looked these up. They're crocheted and they do a whole range of kind of high-end kids toys. Untagged like this, I reckon you're looking at £10 to £15 if you weight it out. So yeah, he was quite cool. That's a name to look out for. Anne Claire Petite. Excuse me, too much dust around. All this dusty junk. Yeah.
Alright.
Right, yeah, I'm fine. Like I said before, we went to a couple of charity shops afterwards. We only really found stuff in one, didn't we? Really nice charity shop we know. And I found this set of Brian Jack's books. There's a set of 10 and then there's one extra one which I guess kind of follows on from the series. I paid up a bit, I paid £5, but that set's anywhere between sort of 20, 25. I do have a set listed currently with more than that, extra books that follow on as well, which I've got priced higher. But that set, yeah, I'm probably going to pitch around 25.
Yeah.
And then you got some crockery.
Crockery, yes.
Which I'm going to love packing this when we sell it. Now, do you want to explain quite what's what?
I can try. There were 2 cups and saucers which I picked up for £1. Generally it's because I really like the vintage 60s, 70s look anyway, so I'm quite attracted to that. This is Staffordshire potteries. Not a huge amount of money in that. I only picked it up really because it was £1 and I liked it. These are actually tams, so although they look like they go together,
Oh, they don't match?
Don't actually match.
So were they worth bothering with really, those?
I don't know, I've got them now, so
Yeah, so that might be a fail.
it might be a fail.
You're a sucker for anything, these sort of geometric, gaudy sort of 70s, 60s patterns, aren't you?
I really like it.
Oh, there's a Peppa Pig cat in there.
Yeah, not as vintage.
Yeah, I picked him up. I've got a load of Peppa Pig stuff to sort out. And then there's loads of this stuff.
Yeah, this was kind of a mismatched set. This is Meakin. There was 1 plate. And then there were 2 cups and saucers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 cups and saucers like that.
So what have you found out about these?
So, find it.
There's the name Meakin.
Yeah, so it's a mismatched set, but I was thinking of trying about 20, and then we discussed it last night and you said it might be better to sort of part it out and break it down.
Well, was this the set that you saw 1 cup had gone?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No. But there are several side plates there as well.
Yeah, there's a stack of side plates.
So,
We paid £2 on this lot, didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah. Stack of side plates. I'm thinking this is the sort of set that people would be trying to just get the odd piece to complete a
things
set.
Have broken over
They've
the
broken
years,
one
and,
saucer, they've broken 1 cup, but they really like the retro look and they want to keep their set complete. So my sister actually did really well a number of years back selling odd plates off from old sets. Because we don't have a complete set, I reckon that would be the way to sell these.
Yeah.
So we're going to experiment a bit.
But the funny story was that I saw that with those cups and saucers, and I asked her how much each. She said £1 for those, and because this was mismatched, £2. So I thought I'll have a think about it, and I came back not more than 5 minutes later with Nick, and I said, oh, I was looking at this, and then she said, oh, it's £3. And I said, well, you just told me £2. She goes, oh, £2.50 then. I was like, but you just said £2. So we ended up giving her £2 for it anyway, didn't we?
Yeah. She didn't know what she was talking about, that woman, bless her. And then this lot, we think this might be the win out of the crockery. These, yeah, we might do all right parting this stuff out.
Yeah.
The first 2 cups, meh, might be a fail. This stuff,
yeah,
you think is good.
This is Wood & Sons Atlanta.
So there's the Wood & Sons, and then the pattern, again, it's this sort of 60s, 70s geometric style stuff that you're really into.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people are. And what have you found out? Is this the one where you found
Actually,
one?
that says Alpine, so maybe there's different patterns in there.
Alpine.
Because I was looking, oh, that's Atlanta.
Oh,
yeah,
so you haven't looked up that one then?
No.
Oh, I could try and look it up now.
Yeah. I thought it was all matching.
Okay, we've just discovered we've got 2 different patterns. Well, pretty obviously 2 different patterns there.
Yeah, but see, that is on the top of the teapot. But yet the teapot is the same as the Alpine.
That lid doesn't go for that teapot.
Doesn't it?
We're discovering things here, folks. Okay. Should we stop and I'll do a quick bit of research and see what the other stuff's worth?
Yeah, can do.
Right, we'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, back again. We're really not quite sure what we've got here.
No, but this says Atlanta on the bottom, and that says Alpine White. So we assumed that was the pattern. We're not so sure about that now because the pattern is matching.
Well, these have got the same geometric pattern on, and that's called Alpine White, and that's called Atlanta, so we're not quite sure. Yeah. I've just done some more searches, searching both, and there's not much of it on eBay at all. Whether that's a good thing or not, not really sure. But we found one cup, that exact shape, but with a different geometric pattern on, and somebody was selling one, and it did sell for £10 just for one cup. So I think we try and part this out.
Yeah.
So again, we don't have a complete set. There is lots of it. There's this nice teapot, and I now think that is the right lid.
Yeah.
It does have these black triangles within the pattern anyway, so I think it does go, and it fits perfectly. So there's a teapot, there's a load of these cups, and a load of saucers and side plates, and then
there's a serving plate as well.
A fairly large serving plate. There's a jug that's damaged. That's a shame because I reckon that would be quite sought after.
Yeah.
But it's got chipping on there, so we'll probably just ditch that.
Yeah.
So
but
yeah,
it was worth taking a chance on it. I saw the box and was immediately attracted to it because I just love the pattern. And the lady said, "Oh well, I've been told I'm not allowed to take any less than £5 for it." And I was thinking, well, that's reasonable. I'd pay £5. And then she said, "But you know, I will take an offer if you'd like to offer me something." And then my mind's racing, thinking, well, it seems a bit rude not to. So I went with 3 because 4 didn't seem a lot off and 2 seemed too little. So I went 3. And she went, "Oh no, and I thought she's going to come back and say 4, and she said £3.50. I went, okay.
So you pay £3.50 on that box.
£3.50, so not going to lose a lot.
Well, like I say, the only near thing we can find is one of those that somebody sold just one cup for £10.
So if anybody knows anything about Wood & Sons, or they know anything about crockery or anything, because we're just learning about it, please let us know.
Yeah.
If there's something that
any information you've got on Atlanta, or what was the other one?
Alpine White.
Atlanta or Alpine, this Wood & Sons stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, for all we know, the person that sold one of those similar mugs, it was just a fluke, but we're hopeful that we can part this out and get some fairly decent money back on that. So that's our ongoing experiment with crockery. Now the only other thing, is this the last thing? Oh no, you got those boots.
Oh yeah, these are a charity shop find, but they are wonderful. I love them. They are Moschino.
So they're Moschino, and they've got these studs in. They look a bit like Converse, but they are Moschino ones.
Side. They look like they've been worn, obviously, but hardly been worn at all. They were £10, But I looked them up and I'm thinking of going for £50 to £60 on them.
Go for it. So yeah, funky, spiky pink boots.
Yeah, the lady that sold them to me said, oh, she really wanted them because they were her size, but she thought they were a bit young. She said they were £20 when they first put them out. So.
And then the very last thing, early on at the Jumble Sale, I spotted this bag, which was full of some sort of yarn. I really didn't know quite what it was. So loads of these reels of like cotton thread. Well, actually it's acrylic. And I wasn't that bothered, and I wanted to go and whiz around the rest of it, so I went off. And then I came back with you a bit later, and I was looking at them again, looking at a bit more detail. I was thinking I might look them up on my phone. And then there was nobody around me at that point. As soon as I started pulling these out, this old lady appeared and just barged into me.
Barging old lady.
Pushed right across and started pulling them all out. Like I was in the bag looking.
It wouldn't be a jumble sale without a barging old lady, would it?
She pulled out loads of this ones of these that were sealed and made a little pile. Whilst I was trying to look in the bag, and at this point I wasn't too bothered, so I just sort of stood back. And the lady that was dealing with the stuff there said, "Are you not interested in those then?" I said, "Well, I might be, but I think that lady is even more interested." And I just let her get on with it. She bought about half of the bag's contents, and we just went off and did our thing. Yeah. And then before I left, I went back to the lady and I said, "I see you've got a few of those left. Will you take a couple of quid for what's left?" I think there's 7 or so of these big, like, reels of yarn. And she was fine with that. It was originally £5 the bag. Anyway, I've since looked them up, and it's for knitting. I think it might be for knitting machines. I'm not really sure. And I've seen people trying to sell them as individual ones. It's hardly worth your bother. I'm probably going to bundle these up, and I should get a fairly comfortable 20 quid on what I've got there. So it was just about worth it, really, in the end. So yeah, that was that. Oh, and also she said to me when I did buy them, she said, "What are you going to do with them?" And I just said, "Oh, I'm going to sell them on." And funnily enough, when I was looking the first time, when the old lady sort of barged me out the way, you'd said that I was going to buy them for my mum.
She thought he was buying them for me, and so she was talking to me about yarn, and I said, he's not buying them for me. I don't want them. I don't know why he wants them. Maybe for his mum. I don't know.
Just typical. Anyway, so I think that's it. There's stuff everywhere. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I know we've gone on way too long, so apologies for that. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, and we'll speak to you soon. Yeah, bye for now.